keeping up with the theme of careers and what to do in the AI field, we are going to next go to a great panel that's going to talk about leveling up your job search with AI for your elevator pitch. So we're going to call onto the screen our lovely Beth Sulzberg, Stu Weiser, and Satish Kommareddy.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today. My name is Satish Kommareddy, and I work with PamTen. I've been in the human resource and the talent management space over 17 years. And today the event is incredibly exciting. The insights shared by all the panelists have been inspiring and very informative. And today I'm here along with my wonderful colleagues, Stu Weiser and Elizabeth Sulzberg, to talk about more from the recruitment perspective today, sharing some tips on how you can leverage AI to your advantage when looking for a job. We'll also talk about something more important, that using AI for a job search, maybe crafting your resume, elevator pitch, and how to search for a jobs. Today, I'll talk about AI job search, especially the crafting resume and how to use LinkedIn AI wisely. But before that, I would like to thank Doug and Virginia for sharing a very insightful information about AI, especially they talked about resume and LinkedIn. They have highlighted more information, and thanks for the information. And you, in fact, made my job so much easier. I've covered a lot of information. So let's talk about more on the resume and AI. Let's be very real. Job searching can feel like a full-time job itself. And crafting the perfect resume, even very tougher. It's just like trying to write your life story, but hoping a recruiter actually reads the past first line. Some people, like we often talk to a lot of applicants, and some people always say that, hey, we spend a lot of hundreds of dollars hiring professionals to create one size fit all resume, they call it, assuming it's going to work for every job. But that's very rare in the case. So the truth is you might need to tweak your resume for each role to really stand out and increase your chances of getting an interview. Let's talk about like maybe leveraging AI, especially we use ChatGPT for crafting resumes, and maybe how it's going to help like crafting the cover letters optimization. Definitely, I would say AI is your best hunting buddy. Instead of spending like hours of rewriting resumes from scratch, you can let AI do the heavy lifting optimization. It's basically going to optimize your content, highlight the right skill set, and it aligns it perfectly with the job description. And it saves a time and keep your application sharp every single time. AI, it makes this is a whole lot easier. And in fact, believe it or not, and it's going to take less than a minute. And in fact, it's the time that you spend making your coffee. And AI take your resumes and transform it into like more something like ATS friendly. I'm sure you might have heard a lot about application tracking systems. These are the systems that's really needed. A lot of companies are using the ATS system to like refine resumes and shortlist for the next level process. And all you just have to do is we have like very great information about how to use these prompts, spend a little time and do a little bit of research on how to update. But my suggestions, first you'll start giving a prompt like, hey, I'm applying for a job, this job. Share the job description. And here is my current resume. Can you help me maybe craft my resume, like highlight about my skills and fix any type of grammatical errors, and make sure to highlight like a standout resume. Boom, like in less than 2 minutes, I'll just read all the resume. It'll give you suggestions. And there is definitely a human touch is required. You just have to do a little proofreading, but you will get 90% of the content ready in seconds. So this is amazing. This is not just about saving your time. It's just about giving you a confidence, because when your resume looks great, you feel great. And that's exactly what you need to do to be out there and land into a big opportunity. And let's talk about why tailoring your resume is more important. ATS, we often hear about this in many conferences, or many recruiters share that information, because many companies uses this application tracking system to screen the resumes. For instance, companies, for each job postings that post, like commonly we get it like 100 to 200 resumes in less than 24 hours, 48 hours. time period. It's very difficult for every recruiter to go through each and every resume. And these application tracking systems are smart enough to scan the resume, identify the skill set, and understand a little bit about their background and kind of help us to provide a rating. But here is a catch and the problem with ATS. ATS is not that intelligent enough to understand a simple language that mentioned. For instance, you're applying for maybe a technology job that has 20 skill set. And a lot of people commonly write the resume very simple. Understand when you talk to a manager or maybe to a recruiter, you can explain yourself. But in order for you to go to a recruiter stage, your resume have to pick up by the ATS. That's only possible when you craft your resume, highlight your skills related to your job description. So always my suggestion, take a time and use this ChatGPT or like any other AI tools to craft your resume more relevant to the job description. That will definitely increase your chances. At least I would say 25% more chances to get you an interviews. And let's talk about maybe how LinkedIn AI can help job seekers. And maybe I'll share some tips about how to use it wisely. I'm sure you might have explored a little bit about LinkedIn AI. They have a beautiful features, wonderful tool for job seekers, and they offer many supporting thoughtful to the job search journey process. And it's an impressive craft your profile and show it your network as well. The first thing that I would suggest is personalizing the profile suggestion. And what LinkedIn AI does is provide tips to enhance your profile by suggesting a headline improvements and the skills to showcase and the summary enhancements to make your profile more attractive to the recruiters. And how to use it. Just follow the suggestions for optimization of your headlines and the summary, add your authentic voice. Don't rely solely on the generic recommendations. Personalize it to highlight unique experience and goals. And this AI is more for a premium subscribers. A lot of times LinkedIn will give 30 days free trial to use it in case if you're looking out for applying for a job or maybe creating your LinkedIn profile more, but use it wisely. Make sure if you really don't want to spend a lot of money, cancel it before it reaches to 30 days because it's definitely expensive. And they have a lot of other advantages as well because LinkedIn have developed their powerful job recommendation tool. So what it does is it actually learns from your profile and based on the interest that you have provided, it will start publishing or maybe it will start sending in emails when the job meets your skill set. So it will automatically detect probably by giving a location or maybe skill sets, region. So it will identify the jobs that are open in the market and it will send everyday notifications. It depends. You can put it weekly once, every hour, every day. So it'll send you a lot of emails with those job openings. I'll just click on that and check the job description. If it is good, you can apply. So it saves a lot of time. And they also provide like AI writing assistance for the same like resume. But like I said, that's usually for premium accounts. But instead, I suggest maybe use the free tools such as ChatGPT or maybe Gemini or maybe Microsoft Copilot. Just give proper prompts to maybe craft your resume. And the another good advantage with networking is because it suggests to people you might want to connect depending on the areas of interest or maybe your expertise. It will automatically populate that network and it shows the industries and it will always highlight that job interest. And it provides a lot of learning recommendations. I'm sure they have tons of or thousands of courses that are available online with LinkedIn. Only those are available for premium accounts. It's a great tool where you can explore many learning videos. I would say they have like tons of that. In case if you're looking to maybe shape your career or learning more, I would highly recommend to use LinkedIn very wisely. So now I'll take a pause and I'll pass it along to my colleagues, talk about more. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Elizabeth Sulzberg. I've been in the staffing industry for about 30 years now, the first 15 in healthcare, the last 15 in IT. I work as an account manager here and I am responsible both for IT recruiting and business development. I'm going to talk to you briefly about how to create an elevator pitch using AI. I'm going to go to basics. Many of you might know what an elevator pitch is, but just so we all start on the same level, the elevator pitch is a 30 to 60 second introduction of yourself. Imagine you're in an elevator with the person you want your ideal job from, and you have to tell them everything about you in the span it takes to go from one floor to a couple of floors. Not a lot of time. So you need to create something that's brief, captures interest, and tells them what you want to do next, the call to actions, the hook, who you are, what you're looking for. I'm Elizabeth. I'm looking for a job as a business analyst. I have X number of years experience. I got these certifications. I have this great education. I keep up to date. I'd really like to meet up with you for a cup of coffee. I'd like to send you my resume. Here's the link, etc. And then next slide, Joanne. And you can use this in a lot of different situations, whether it's at a networking event like last night, and all of us, without knowing it, probably did do some type of elevator pitch to each other to introduce and talk to each other. Job interviews, it's a good way. Tell me about yourself. It's a good way to do that concisely without having the interviewer think, oh my goodness, I asked, how are you and who are you? And you just told me for 15 minutes. It helps to break the ice. Good at career fairs. It's good for online networking, for LinkedIn, and it's good for social settings. And John, if you go to the next one, we wanted to do an exercise. If you do this with us, if you open up your AI platform of choice, and you can create a prompt. And I had a different idea before I listened today to Christy, so I'm not going to go by the slide completely. In creating your prompt, I was thinking use your LinkedIn profile or your resume. But after listening to Christy today and her talking about personalizing things, I went on during break and I wrote down what I wanted to tell everybody about myself. I didn't worry about it being concise or how long it was. What would I want to tell people if I were out in a social situation talking about PamTen? And I just put it in half sentences, everything I wanted to say. And it actually came back with a better prompt than when I did it the other day using my resume. I felt like my resume did better than LinkedIn, but that might reflect my LinkedIn profile. So you might want to try all three of those. Some of the words I put in after listening to Christy, I put in words, make it human. So it sounded like it was human speech. I wrote down, make it engaging and conversational. And a second go round, I wrote down, make it confident and direct, because I did want it to be confident and direct. One of the other options that I saw listed, as I, of course, used AI to look for other adjectives, storytelling. Maybe if you have a great story, I started here and now I'm here and I'm looking for your job to grow. Maybe that would be a better adjective. I also did write, make it better, and give me 5 examples. We're building today on what we've learned before, so that's a good thing. Read it out loud when you get that. Does that sound like you? Edit it, make it your own. And to go back to what Virginia said, so many times we can tell when somebody's just used AI. It sounds very generic. It doesn't sound like you. AI is not going to be you. It's not going to let you shine through, and you are special no matter who you are. So edit it, read it, make it sound like you, how you would talk, and then practice it. And as you go along and you're in different social settings, you might want to ask for different things. Last night at SheTek, I was doing an elevator pitch that was different than if I was out selling PamTen services, right? So personalize it from time to time and your situation. And of course, you can use AI to do that. And while we do encourage you to do this, and if you want to drop in the chat, that's great. I'm also going to put my LinkedIn information in there. If you want help in creating or refining your elevator pitch, you can always feel free to reach out to me. And I'm going to pass it on to Stu to summarize and close this all up and share his thoughts on AI and obtaining a job or moving forward in your career.
Thank you very much, Beth and Satish. You both covered a whole lot, and it was very informative for sure. My name is Stu Weiser. I'm the Director of Account Management and Resource Management at PamTen. I've had a long career in the talent acquisition space, and these are certainly interesting times. Before I get to that, though, I just wanted to share how amazing of a time I had last night at the networking meetup. Energy in the room was amazing. People were looking to network and learn and grow and understand, and to see the large audience of, we'll say early career individuals looking to better understand how to leverage what's available to them to position themselves in the job market today was very refreshing for me, without a doubt. And to be able to share my experience is always something that brings me a lot of pleasure, for sure. Where do I start? Where do I wrap up? AI is a very powerful tool. I like to view it as a tool that helps smart people be smart. I'm not one that would ever encourage 100% reliance on AI as it relates to job seeking or building that elevator pitch, but because there is always a human element that needs to be incorporated. I'll combine both areas, because an elevator pitch is like a sales pitch, a short sales pitch that AI could certainly help us create. I've suggested to people before to use AI to create your sales pitch based on the updated resume that AI just helped you generate. There is some continuity that goes along with our requests. And I've also learned over time how important it is to be able to really understand how to best talk to our AI engines. It does become an art to be able to really pull the type of input that you're looking for. And as I was speaking with folks last night, I started to see light bulbs go off when sharing that approach. When we're in our job search, we need to be able to deliver the message about ourselves in a quick, kind of fine-tuned way, considering how fast our society works today. When putting together your resume, I think Satish had mentioned that general one-size-fits-all. That general one-size-fits-all is good for general. But when we need to get specific, AI, again, will help us be able to put the emphasis where the emphasis needs to be able to get the attention that we're seeking. It's not a hard chore to take your copy and paste your resume into, we'll just say ChatGPT, and attach a Word document with the job description that you're positioning for, and asking ChatGPT to align bullets or revise your resume to put emphasis where applicable. That's an important word, because sometimes AI goes off on its own little tangent. If we don't ask for it in the right way, they'll assume, or AI will assume that we're looking to expand on certain elements of the job description, and will make assumptions at times. So the word applicable is important in making sure that those connections are your actual experience. But as Beth had mentioned, it's very easy to pick up on a document or on a passage or two that has been generated by AI and has not been fine-tuned. There are many characteristics that I'm sure folks who use ChatGPT often see that need to be revised and updated to allow it to become your own. But establishing that initial clear introduction on the front end, quick, concise. I usually feed into my name and my current role, a summary of my experience, and, any relevant, unique selling point to be able to establish that clear introduction that will hit the right points. And when it comes to the alignment of my skills, my accomplishments. I generally would highlight in ChatGPT my core technical and leadership and any applicable skills that match to the job, major achievements, certifications. All of those would come into another passage or maybe a 20 to 30 second talking point about those accomplishments. And then there's always the value prop. What is the value that I'm going to bring to that situation? And again, both these strategies align to both positioning yourself for a job opportunity, but also if you do catch somebody in an elevator and you need to break these things down. So the value prop would usually be alignment of the skills that particular opportunity is working towards, showing that enthusiasm and appreciation. And those strategies, their introduction, key skills and accomplishment, and value prop generally will get you some visibility if aligned the right way and position you for what you're looking to accomplish. I could go on and on for this topic, but certainly in respect for time, I want to leave a little bit of time for questions and such. But as I mentioned last night, I'll also put my contact information into the chat, and anybody who's a part of the session today or SheTek who would be interested in some personalized guidance, I'd be more than happy to share my experience with you all. So thanks everybody who pulled this together, and appreciate being able to share my experience.
Thank you so much, Satish, Stu, and Beth, for giving your time. I don't know, Joanne, do we have any questions in the chat? Just to, I think, wrap up based on what everything that you all three have said. Earlier, somebody said about you are the project, optimize yourself. That being said, I think the advice that you three provided really aligns to what's being said. There's also a philosophical phrase that goes along with it. It's self-reflection is the path to continual growth. But I was remembering that as somebody said about you're the project. So thank you for the great conversations. And I also I think it's an amazing day. I myself personally learned so much from all these experts, or moderators, panelists, and everybody, and really enjoyed the hands-on workshop conducted by Christy as well. We will be probably talking completely something different next year. I think what Livia brought up something like it's an evolution, it keeps changing. So next year we may be even talking about some of the problems or challenges the AI tools that our products are creating, and then how do we address them, and then what more innovations can be done. And it's going to be a very fast-paced industry, especially with Gen AI. And we need to be, one big thing I advise everyone is to be a continuous learner. Otherwise, we'll be left behind. And I also want to just remind everyone that stay connected, register on SheTek Community, stay connected because we have tremendous amount of resources out there. As I said earlier, we take recordings of all our webinars, and some of these conference recordings are also available. And then we have done some technical boot camps. Those recordings are also available. In addition to that, we have created soft skill programs, because if you look at the complete what is needed for you to obtain a job and be able to stand out in competition, is to be an all-rounder, right? It's not just technical skills. You also have to understand what's happening in the industry, what are the trends, and how to present yourself. And all these things are available. And more than anything, there is a big community of all these women and men who are ready to mentor and help and hold your hand and can take you through this path. Stay connected with our SheTek community. We are also trying to make it a lot more engaging going forward. Stay tuned for that. And then again, through our partnership with Rutgers University and also some of the additional boot camps that were requested to repeat from last couple of years, we will be conducting them in this year. That being said, I really want to thank our SheTek team, especially our organizers of this event. Joanne, again, thanks for being there, working in the behind the scenes. And then also Shar, and most welcome to for coming back again in action.
and some of our teams, digital marketing teams of PamTen, who have really done a fabulous job in promoting the event and bringing that awareness, so that we really had a great turnout for both of these networking event as well as the virtual event today. Thanks to all of you, and I said, stay connected and look forward to more and more interesting conversations. Again, a big thank you to our sponsor, Metropolitan Commercial Bank. That being said, over to you, Joanne.
Thank you very much, Chaya. Let me once again share my screen and I can give you some of the details of things that are happening. We've got a lot of events coming up. As Chaya said, a lot of great programs coming. Here's how you can stay connected with us. You can sign up for our newsletter. If you go to shetek.net, there's a place to sign up for our newsletter, stay connected. You can go to our community there and register for our community where you, as Chaya said, you can get connected. Follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, X, and even YouTube, where you'll find a lot of our videos. In the meantime, I want to thank you all so much. All the attendees will eventually be getting the links to the different panels, and we will see you all soon. So thank you very much for being here. I'll leave this up for a moment, finish your chats, and we will see you at the outlet, probably coming up soon.